as you can see, one of my drawers is missing over there. That's because these are my bronzers. And I wanted to go through here and pick out for you what truly is a cool tone bronze so that you can see, if you are a cool tone gal, what a true cool toned bronzer is. Now, there is a difference between a bronzer and a contour. A contour is going to look a little muddy, and a bronzer is going to bring life to your face. So we have to have a little bit of warmth in our cool tone bronzers, but we don't want them to look orange. That's where we're getting into the problem. So here are all of mine. I'm going to share with you what I believe are fantastic ones, and then there's some that are not so great. All right, to me, this bronzer right here, which is the Hoola bronzer, there's no way. This one is way too orange, and you're going to be able to see it right there on my hand. This one is going to get decluttered for sure. I'm tired of having these in my stash that I think, well, I should keep that because, you know, I need to compare it to other things. I'm done with all of that. Now you can tell that's an orange bronzer. That one is not anything like what we want, but there are cool tone bronzers. Fenty is one of those ones that has a great lineup of cool tones. Now, this one right here is amber. It's in the stick form. This is probably my best idea of what a cool tone bronzer would be. So you can see the difference. See the difference in how this is kind of muddy, and then this is that orange. But this undertone in here does have that tiny bit of warmth, so you can wear it as a bronzer. It's not a true contour. And then this one is their cream one. Again, this is the amber one. This one is a little bit more emollient than that other one. And I'll tell you right now, this one is just a little bit more on the contour side. This one I would probably use more as a contour. So you can see that right there. So number one for me for a bronzer is Fenty Beauty. I love that one in the stick form. And remember, I am fair toned. I'm very, very fair toned. So I also really like this one from Tarte, the Park Avenue Princess. This is one from, oh my gosh, so long ago. I've repurchased this several times. It's just a really good one, especially when we get into the summer months, when I get a little bit more warmth on my face from being out in the sun a tiny bit. Wear your SPF, but it does happen a little bit. You get a little bit more color. This one is a good one too. So I love both of those. Cool tone, definitely. This is the perfect example from Sephora in the Sephora collection. This is the perfect example of cool tone versus warm tone. Okay, so these are both called contours. This one is the Fair to Light contour. Let's make sure my finger is clean. This one's the Fair to Light contour. Look at how muddy that is. Can you tell? Oh my gosh. Okay, muddy, muddy, muddy. That is a contour, 100% all the way. But if you step over into the one that is light to medium, you can see that it is a combination for anybody that wants that bronzy cool side. So here you go. Perfect example. Definitely contour, definitely bronzer for cool tone. So there's our third one. Just as I'm looking through here, I wish that L'Oreal still had their Lumi bronzer because the fair one was a great one. I hit pan on this one. I've hit pan on several of those. That's out of stock, but if you can find one, I think you might really like. SheGlam has a really good one of these. I'm running out of spots. This one is really good for a cool tone bronzer. I'm not talking about a contour. Please remember that. We're not talking about, you know, making shadows. We're talking about warming up. This SheGlam one, I would definitely put this one, you know, either in the palm of your hand or on the back of your hand, and, you know, then lift it with your brush because it's a little bit stiffer of a product. I love this one. This is soft tan. So there's another one. We have 4 now. This one from Charlotte Tilbury, I have used and used and used and used, and I do feel like it's a really good one. This one is in, I believe, the fair pale. I do feel like this is a really good one also for that definite right in between. This is almost too warm. So I've used this more in the summer than anything, but like I said, again, almost too warm, but I still feel like it's a really good one. From the drugstore, I would recommend the Milani SunKissed Silky Matte Bronzer. This one for me is the perfect one as far as that tone of just having enough cool to it that it doesn't make you look orange at all. It doesn't turn colors, anything like that. I love that one. And then if you're wanting a bronzer that is just really, really on that cool tone side, this one is the new one from e.l.f. And I think this one is the light one, the lightest one that they had. This one, easy to blend, but it definitely has that cool tone to it. So this is 100% cool tone on it. So if you're looking for one that is just that cool tone without having any warmth in it at all, that one's a really good one for that. And then once again from Sephora, definitely, I think they still have this. I hope they still have this. This one is the Fair to Light, and it's called the Contour, but that is absolutely that muddy look that really does give you a little bit of the bronze, but not much compared to everything we're talking about. So that one's down there. I know I made an absolute mess. Here's a few that I want you to stay away from if you think that you've heard that they were cool tone before. RMS Beauty, even though I like Beach Walk Betty, it is extremely orange, okay? It has a lot of warmth in it. It's a pretty color, and it gives your face a lot of life, but it is not cool tone. I also want you to stay away from the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, and this one, I believe, again, is in Fair. Even though it has that deeper color, it still is very, very orange. Now, if you're looking for one that is in a delivery system like that, I would say that your best bet, and I know I have, there it is. This one is the LA Girl Contour Wand, and I'm not sure what color this is in. It says something nights, summer nights. Gosh, it's terrible to not be able to see anything even when you have your glasses on. Now, you can see that that is so much more cool tone than the Charlotte Tilbury. So I would say, again, bronzer for sure, because it still has some warmth in it, but it's definitely more on the cool tone side. Also, the Rare Beauty, as much as I love Rare Beauty, and I even purchased her brand new one, that, look how orange that is. This is the stick one. This one is in Bright Side. It didn't work for me. This is the new one that is the Solace. I am wearing this today, but I do feel like it is still way too warm for me. It's a nice color and all, but it's just a little bit too warm. I would also stay away from Makeup by Mario. His are nice, again, wonderful, beautiful product, but just too orange, just much too orange. Now, I will tell you one that I am on the favorable side about is this one from KVD. It's the Good Apple, and this is the light, and it says bronze and sculpt on it, and that's because it gives you two products. What I do is I put my brush down into both, and when you mix the both of them, see, that's really, let me see if I can get it on here for you. See, that's really cool tone, but when you get the bronzer color, it's really warm tone. So when we mix the two together, we get a beautiful bronzer for somebody that is very cool tone. So I would say that that one is a really good one too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cool tone bronzers that I can tell you, yes, I give my seal of approval for these. I just feel like it is so important if you are cool tone to not get that Oompa Loompa orange going on. So I hope that this did help you. These are truly cool tone. Now let's round it out with 10 because I do like this, a lot of noise. I do like this one from e.l.f. that is the Luminous Putty Bronzer. Okay, this one's kind of dried out because I haven't used it for a really long time. But let me just break that seal on the top. And then you can see how nice that is as a bronzer. That one's really nice too. I forgot about this one. So we rounded it out to 10. We found 10 truly cool tone bronzers. I can't see what is on the side there. I have to get a magnifying glass for this. But I will make sure that it's all of the information is put down there. None of the other colors that they have are that true cool tone bronze. Just so you know that. I will also put 5 others that are my cream ones that I do love, like Kiko Milano and Makeup by Mario and Charlotte Tilbury. I will put those, list those down below as well. I also have a Morphe 2 one that I really like. I'll put 5 more, below those that are a little bit more warm toned for you, so you know that. So those are really nice. I really hope that this was very informative for you, and I am happy if you want me to do some cool toned lipsticks, some cool toned blushes, cool toned foundation. That one is almost impossible to find anywhere, but you let me know what you would like to see next, if you'd like to see me do a cool tone series, because I'm the cool tone gal. I did go through all kinds of color theory classes, so I definitely understand the difference on the color wheel and what is truly cool tone versus warm tone. And so I hope this was helpful for you. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in my very next video. Goodbye, friends.